Hey everyone! Before we dive into this story, please hit that subscribe button to join my channel and stay updated with more content like this. My name is Emily, and for 15 years, I was the unofficial Christmas coordinator for my family. Not out of passion for hosting, but because declining the Torres family's holiday tradition was seen as an unforgivable act of disloyalty. Every November, the same expectation loomed. Emily will take care of everything. Emily always crafts the perfect Christmas. Emily doesn't have her own family to worry about anyway. It all began when I was 23, after I purchased my first home, a cozy 3-bedroom in the suburbs that, without my consent, became the designated Christmas hub. My grandmother had hosted for years until she passed away, and instead of her 5 children sharing the responsibility, the family decided the single granddaughter with the new house should step up. Emily's place is ideal for Christmas, they declared. She loves decorating. She has no kids to distract her. She's got time to make it magical. What they really meant was, Emily's single, so her time isn't valuable. Emily has no personal holiday traditions, so she can manage ours. Emily's the family spinster, so she should be thankful for a role to play. For 15 years, I hosted Christmas for a growing crowd. What started as 20 close relatives ballooned to over 40 as cousins invited partners. Siblings brought friends, and somehow neighbors ended up on the guest list. Each year came with more demands, stricter dietary needs, complex gift exchanges, and grander expectations, all with zero offers to pitch in or cover costs. The Christmas grind was relentless. 3 weeks of prep, scrubbing the house spotless, decking out every corner, planning menus for diverse diets, shopping for enough food to feed 40, organizing gift swaps, wrapping presents for kids whose parents were too busy, and creating elaborate table settings and festive displays. Christmas Eve meant 12 hours in the kitchen while guests lounged in my living room. Christmas Day was a marathon of serving breakfast, dinner, and evening snacks, managing gift exchanges, entertaining kids, and cleaning nonstop while everyone else soaked in family time. By December 26th, I was left alone in a trashed house, dismantling decorations and cleaning up the chaos, battling exhaustion and a quiet sadness. No one stayed to help tidy up. No one took leftovers. Gratitude was limited to fleeting thanks for hosting remarks as they left with their families. The emotional toll was crushing. Each Christmas, I watched other families bond and make memories in my home while I slaved away in the kitchen. Kids unwrapped gifts I'd carefully wrapped under a tree I'd adorned in a house I'd prepped, while their parents basked in the glow of family Christmas magic. The financial hit was just as brutal. I spent between $3,000 and $5,000 each year on food, decor, gifts for kids, cleaning supplies, utility spikes, and wear on my furniture and dishes. Over 15 years, that added up to over $60,000 to create holiday experiences others enjoyed while treating me like the help. I started tracking expenses as a budgeting tool, but it turned into proof of systemic exploitation. Receipts, photos, and time logs painted a clear picture. Grocery bills for 40 people, images of intricate table setups I crafted while guests relaxed, and records showing over 60 hours of prep for 3 days of festivities. The tipping point hit in October when my cousin Sophia casually announced that Christmas would be extra special because her new boyfriend's family was joining us. How many extra people? I asked. Just 8, she said. His parents, his sister's family, and maybe his grandparents if they're around. They're thrilled to see a real American Christmas. 8 more people. No discussion, no offer to help with costs or prep. No acknowledgement that adding 20% more guests to an already massive event warranted a conversation. Sophia, I said cautiously, hosting 48 people is a huge undertaking. We need to talk logistics, costs, and space. Emily, don't overreact, she replied. It's just a few more. You always pull Christmas off flawlessly. That phrase, you always pull it off, struck a nerve. 15 years of pulling it off while everyone else reaped the rewards. 15 years of sacrificing my Decembers for other people's holiday memories. 15 years of being the family's Christmas servant. That night, I called my therapist, Dr. Harper, who'd been helping me navigate family boundary issues for 2 years. Emily, she said after I shared the latest Christmas demands, you need to hear this. You are not obligated to host Christmas. You're not responsible for other people's holiday joy. 15 years of uncompensated holiday work is more than enough. Dr. Harper helped me see that what I'd called family tradition was actually exploitation masked as holiday cheer. No one asked if I wanted to host. No one offered to share costs or effort. No one considered my needs in the planning. In healthy families, she explained, holiday hosting rotates, or the host gets real help and appreciation. What you're describing is a family using your time and resources to enjoy experiences without giving anything back. She referred me to Dr. Elena Ruiz, a specialist in family dynamics who guided me in creating a holiday boundary plan. First, we mapped out the true scope of the Christmas burden. Using my receipts, photos, and time logs, we calculated the cost. Over $60,000 spent, 900 plus hours of work, and emotional strain that fueled holiday depression and anxiety. Emily, Dr. Ruiz said, if your family hired professionals, caterers, decorators, event planners for what you do, they'd pay $15,000 to $20,000 a year. You've been delivering high-end holiday experiences for free while absorbing all the stress. We identified the manipulation tactics my family used. Guilt tripping, Christmas won't be the same without you. Downplaying my effort, it's not that hard. You're so good at it, and emotional pressure. You're selfish for ruining Christmas. Most crucially, Dr. Ruiz showed me I had choices. I could set limits on hosting, demand contributions, or opt out entirely. These weren't selfish decisions. They were about valuing my own time and resources. The plan was simple yet powerful. Instead of confronting the family and risking manipulation, I'd make myself unavailable by booking a non-refundable holiday getaway. I found a week-long mountain cabin retreat in Colorado, December 20th to 27th, with no cell service. A perfect digital detox where I couldn't be reached or guilted into hosting. On November 1st, I sent one message to the family group chat. For my mental health, I won't be available to host Christmas this year. I'll be at a wellness retreat December 20th to 27th with no contact availability. The family will need to arrange alternative holiday plans. Then I turn off my phone for 3 days. When I checked it, there were 73 missed calls and 45 texts, ranging from confusion, what do you mean you're not hosting, to anger, you can't just ditch Christmas, to manipulation, we'll help you host, don't worry. Dr. Ruiz had prepped me for this pattern. Denial, you're just stressed, you'll feel better once we plan. Bargaining, what if we bring more food? Anger, you're ruining Christmas for 40 people. And guilt, think of the kids, they'll be devastated. I had responses ready. I've made my decision and booked a non-refundable retreat. The family has 8 weeks to plan alternatives. My mental health needs this break. I'm confident you can create wonderful Christmas memories without my labor. The turning point came when my sister Elena called, frantic. Emily, no one knows how to do Christmas. Mom's house is too small. Uncle Miguel won't host, and Sophia's boyfriend's family thinks we're a mess if we don't have a proper Christmas. That's a problem the family can solve, I said calmly. But you have all the decorations, the recipes, the serving dishes. Those can be bought, borrowed, or recreated, I replied. Emily, please, just this once. We'll make it easier. Dr. Ruiz had warned me about this moment. Desperate promises made to preserve the status quo rarely lead to real change. Elena, I said, I've hosted for 15 years, spending over $60,000 and 900 hours creating holidays for this family. I'm done hosting, this year and moving forward. This isn't negotiable. $60,000, she gasped. I sent her the evidence Dr. Ruiz and I compiled. Receipts, cost breakdowns, time logs, and comparisons to professional event services. The data was undeniable. After a long pause, Elena said, I had no idea it cost that much. We thought you loved it. Did anyone ever ask if I loved it? Did anyone offer to help or thank me meaningfully? Another pause. No, we just assumed you were happy because you did it so well. Assumption isn't tradition, I said. Exploitation isn't either. November was chaos for the family. Relatives offered compromises, more food, cleanup help, rotating hosting next year, but always with the expectation I'd host just this once. I stood firm. I'm unavailable for hosting this year and beyond. The family can create new traditions. By early December, panic peaked. No one stepped up to host 40 plus people. Some relatives made separate plans, and Sophia's boyfriend's family questioned if the big Christmas was happening. On December 10th, my mom made a final plea. Emily, if you don't host, there might not be a family Christmas. Do you want to be responsible for ending our tradition? I delivered my practiced response. Mom, I'm not responsible for the family's Christmas. I'm responsible for my mental and financial health. The family had 15 years to value my contributions. You chose to treat me like hired help while enjoying my work. The choice to appreciate me or lose my efforts was yours. On December 20th, as my family scrambled with last-minute plans, I drove to the mountains for my retreat. The digital detox was life-changing. 15 participants, all navigating holiday family stress, guided by therapists specializing in boundary setting. For the first time in 15 years, I experienced Christmas week without anxiety, financial strain, or exhaustion. You've been performing Christmas for your family instead of living it, said Dr. Clara Mendez, the retreat leader. Appreciated hosts feel energized by gatherings. Exploited hosts feel drained and resentful. Your emotions reveal how you've been treated. Other participants shared similar stories. The daughter providing free holiday childcare, the son funding unappreciated family trips, the sister cooking while others relaxed. We weren't selfish for stepping back. We were exhausted and prioritizing our well-being. Healthy families, Dr. Mendez said, share holiday work and costs. They show real gratitude and ask what the host needs instead of assuming endless availability. What you've experienced isn't tradition, it's resource extraction. While I learned about healthy boundaries, my family's Christmas fell apart spectacularly. My cousin Anna, who attended the makeshift gathering, described it as a total disaster. With no designated host, they tried a potluck at Uncle Miguel's house. Coordination was non-existent. 3 turkeys, no vegetables, for desserts, no drinks. Decorations were a single store-bought wreath. Gift exchanges were a mess without my coordination, and kids cried over missing stockings and activities I'd always managed. Adults grumbled about the absence of Christmas crackers, my special cookies, and holiday music. They'd taken my work for granted until it vanished. Without my planning, decorating, cooking, and gift management, Christmas was just a generic gathering with holiday food. Sophia was humiliated when her boyfriend's family arrived expecting a real American Christmas, but found chaos and left early, declining future invites. This is our tradition, Sophia lamented. Roberto's family thinks we can't celebrate properly. Well, Uncle Miguel said, turns out Emily was doing it all, and we just showed up. The family's wake-up call was swift. Without my invisible labor, they couldn't replicate the Christmas they'd expected. They faced the reality of what I'd provided: professional-level event planning, decorating, catering, and emotional labor. When I returned on December 27th, I had 23 voicemails and 67 texts, progressing from confusion to panic to embarrassment to apologies. My mom's message stood out. Emily, we need to talk about Christmas. We didn't realize how much you did. This year was a mess, and we see now how much we took you for granted. Can we talk when you're ready? I consulted Dr. Harper first. How do you feel? She asked. Peaceful, I said. For the first time in 15 years, I enjoyed Christmas week instead of working through it. And their realization of your contribution. Validating. They only saw my value when I stepped away. Dr. Harper helped me prepare for a family meeting to set future holiday terms. Rotating hosting, shared costs and labor, genuine appreciation, acknowledgement of my past work, and no more exploitation. On January 5th, we met at my parents' house. I brought my documentation, 15 years of receipts, photos, and time logs showing what I provided. Before we plan future Christmases, I said, I need you to understand what the past 15 years cost me. I shared the numbers: $67,000 spent, 920 hours of work, 23 full-time weeks, and the emotional toll of depression, isolation, and devaluation. The room went quiet. My dad spoke first. Emily, I didn't know Christmas cost you this much. We thought you loved hosting, my sister said softly. Did you ever ask if I loved it? Or did you assume because I never complained? My mom teared up. We took advantage of you. We treated Christmas like it just happened, not something you made. Uncle Miguel, who hosted the failed Christmas, added, I couldn't manage 40 people for one day. You did it perfectly for 15 years, and we barely thanked you. The question now, I said, is whether this family wants equitable Christmas traditions or expects one person to sacrifice for everyone else. They unanimously wanted change. We spent 2 hours crafting new traditions, rotating hosting every 5 years among 5 families, shared costs for all, shared labor for prep and cleanup, genuine appreciation, flowers, cards, gifts, and boundaries to prevent guilt or manipulation. They acknowledged my 15 years as a gift they'd undervalued and vowed no one would be exploited again. The transformation was striking. The next year, Elena hosted with real support. 3 families split costs. For helped cook, 6 handled cleanup, and Elena got flowers, cards, and a spa gift card. The Christmas I'd built through exhaustion was replaced by one rooted in collaboration and gratitude. Family members who never valued holiday labor understood it when they contributed. My role shifted from unseen servant to valued family member. When my hosting turn came in year 3, I had unprecedented help. Families chipped in for groceries, cousins cooked, everyone cleaned, and I got heartfelt thanks. I rediscovered joy in Christmas, participating in traditions instead of orchestrating them, relaxing with relatives instead of serving them, making memories instead of managing logistics. The mountain retreat became my annual ritual. Every December 20th to 27th, I book a peaceful escape, sometimes solo, sometimes with friends who prioritize boundaries over obligation. It reminds me holidays should recharge, not deplete. 3 years on, our family's Christmas is healthier, sustainable, and appreciative. Kids learn to help with prep instead of expecting magic. Adults show real gratitude instead of taking labor for granted. The retreat taught me holidays should bring joy to everyone, including those making them happen. When one person sacrifices for others' benefit, that's not tradition, it's exploitation. My Christmas story shifted when I stopped crafting everyone else's perfect holiday and started creating my own peaceful one. The 15 years of invisible labor are done. A lifetime of valued contributions has begun. The Christmas decor boxes now sit in my garage, ready for rotating hosts, no longer my burden. Sometimes I look through them, remembering the woman who thought she had to earn family love through holiday service. She was worthy of appreciation all along. She just needed therapy and a mountain escape to see it.